Welcome to this place called Earth and the project, Moral and Ethical Inversions. In this short, The Ethics of Absence. Why distance reveals truth. Take a moment. Let the noise settle around you. This isn't just an episode, it's an examination of how morality and human behavior reveal themselves in the spaces between us. Absence is one of the most ethically misunderstood forces in relationships. We're taught from childhood that caring means staying close, staying engaged, staying available. We're told that stepping back is selfish, disrespectful, immature, and avoidant. But this teaching is a moral inversion, because distance doesn't destroy relationships, it exposes them. Absence is one of the few human behaviors that cannot be faked. Silence has no performance value. Pulling back has no aesthetic. There is no applause for withdrawing your energy, no social reward for saying nothing. And because absence carries no superficial payoff, it reveals the truth with startling accuracy. When you remove yourself from the emotional center of a relationship, whether personal, professional, or social, people respond not to your word but to their own character. Some respond with reflection. Did I contribute to this distance? What does this reveal about me? Others respond with entitlement. How dare you take your energy away from me? And some respond with indifference, which tells you everything you needed to know. This is why absence is an ethical tool. It reveals the natural moral gravity of a connection without force, without manipulation, without accusation. It's the closest thing we have to a social experiment with no lies. Because when you step back, three things always become clear. 1. Who respects your autonomy? 2. Who depended on your compliance, not your presence? 3. Who valued you only when you were emotionally convenient? Absence as an ethical mirror in the corporate world. Silence is often interpreted as disengagement. But silence is frequently the first ethically conscious act a person can make within an unhealthy system. By stepping back from forced enthusiasm, manufactured alignment, or moral grey areas, the individual is signaling, I will not lend my energy to what feels ethically wrong. Absence here becomes a boundary, a refusal to contribute to unethical norms. In friendships, absence exposes dependency disguised as loyalty. You discover who only showed up because you were always the one showing up. As soon as you stop carrying the relational labor, the dynamic collapses. That collapse is the truth. In dating, absence eliminates the illusion of mutual interest. Every romantic connection has two realities, the one created through words and the one created through behavior when the other person is not being entertained. Absence makes the second reality unavoidable. The philosophical dimension. Why absence is powerful ethically, presence is cheap. Almost anyone can show up out of habit, convenience, or ulterior motive. Absence, on the other hand, requires self-restraint, moral clarity, willingness to tolerate discomfort, detachment from outcome, respect for one's own autonomy. Absence is not the refusal to engage. It is the refusal to participate in dynamics that compromise your moral alignment. Philosophically, absent is the restoration of agency. It's the moment you say, I no longer allow others to define the meaning of my presence. And once you reclaim the value of your presence, your absence becomes a moral intervention because it forces others to face the parts of themselves your presence was protecting them from. Ethical discomfort versus manipulation, let's be clear. Distancing yourself to create fear, insecurity, or dependence is manipulation. But withdrawing your energy to regain clarity, to rebalance a dynamic, or to stop feeding an unhealthy pattern is an ethical act. The distinction is intention. Manipulation aims to control the other person. Ethical absence aims to restore the truth. Most people confuse the two because truth is uncomfortable, and comfortable people rarely distinguish discomfort from harm. Practical philosophical inquiry. If you want to understand the ethical health of any relationship, ask yourself, what happens when I stop overgiving? If everything collapses, you aren't in a relationship, you were or are in a dependency structure. If someone becomes angry, you weren't valued, you were used. If someone becomes anxious, you weren't seen, you were stabilizing them. And if someone finally steps forward, you weren't mistaken, you were needed. When you stop over-explaining your worth, the right people step forward, and the wrong ones reveal themselves. Absence tells the truth.